Yeah, right.
Full college basketball team with yarmulkes on.
Yeah.
How do they stay on though?
If you're hooping, you better figure it out in advance.
If it falls off in a game, which is bound to happen.
You're disqualified.
No.
Have you ever had a question you wanted to ask the opposite race, but you were too nervous to ask?
I'm Turner Sparks.
And I'm Phil Duckett.
And this is Black and White Advice.
Where we answer all your questions about race, even the scary ones.
This is Black and White Advice.
You've got a question, but you're scared to ask. Just drop the boys a message, cause they're up to the task. They're rolling the dice, they ain't always nice, but you can't think twice when giving black and white advice. Black and white advice.
All right, everybody, welcome to the show. My name's Turner Sparks.
The real deal, Phil the thrill. What's happening?
Behind the glass, spinning the dials, switching the knobs on the ones and twos, threes and fours. We got Joe, the muscle. Russell, Joe, how you doing?
This isn't Joel. This is Sean Connery.
Oh, Sean Connery.
Nice.
Thank you.
Look at
Okay.
you. Good impression this
Yeah,
week.
this was a good one this week.
All right, this Thursday night, everybody, we will be at New York Comedy Club. You got to come out to this.
Live show. We're gonna give you free shit if you show up.
What are we?
I don't know. Would you just let me lie to these motherfuckers?
We'll do
Turner?
anything we need to do at this point. We need people there. We are doing an after party. It's 6 o'clock p.m. show, May 22nd, New York Comedy Club. Afterwards, we'll all
We'll
go
have
up.
some drinks, so you still be home by about 9:30 because Turner old as shit. So
Yeah, that's true.
You
I
don't drink.
I don't drink anyway.
An after party where you're not drinking, Turner.
Listen, I can
fuck.
still get down. And we have a guest to bring in just a second. I'm very excited about that. But before we do, Phil, I told you that at our patreon.com/black and white advice, we've been trying to get to $250 a month for 4 months now, and we haven't made it. And I told you if we didn't make it, I was just going to have to go out and get my own ads. Ladies and gentlemen, you need to go to ExpressVPN/Turner. If you go there right now, they're paying me money personally to do this ad.
This is such a racist ass company.
No, they're not.
So
They're
it's a
good
show
people.
called Black and White Vice where you got a brother and a white man, and they ask the white man to do the ads.
Anybody can go get their own ads. I'm just the only one who's done it so far. So they're a great company. Have you ever tried watching TV without ExpressVPN? It's like trying to travel the world without a passport, it says here. You're not going to get very far. That's because streaming services like Netflix only show you a tiny fraction of their huge global library of content. So what you can do, be smart. Stop paying full price for streaming services and get something else. Go to expressvpn.com/Turner,
So
everybody.
this is just you?
This is just for me. It's every man for himself on this show at a certain
That's
point.
crazy as shit. And if that's how you do the ad, they ain't gonna pay you shit. That was fucking awful. But anyway.
No, they're going to. So if you like me, go to expressvpn.com/Turner. If you want Phil and Joe to get money, I don't really care if you do at this point, but if you do, go to patreon.com/.
Hey, Joe, it's nice to know where we stand. We've been doing this 6 months. He's already backdoored us.
Guess what you get? You get if you use expressvpn.com/Turner, 4 months off, 4 months free.
Imagine if I had my own ads too. Like,
I'd leave. I'd walk off the set. I'd walk off on you white motherfuckers.
At this
I'm
point,
telling you that right now.
you might have to. Go get your own ads for next week.
I didn't even know you could do that.
I know people in the industry.
Well, it's odd that you've never mentioned that to me. Let's introduce the guest five. Have to beat your ass.
Well, no, but you can get I have to say this. You can get 4 months off your 2-year membership. expressvpn.com/Turner. That's it. Ari Shaffir, welcome to the show. You all know Ari from the You Be Trippin' podcast. You know him from Jew, his special on YouTube. And your latest special. Sorry, I have all these notes from ExpressVPN.
So many notes.
Yeah.
God, they gave you a lot of paperwork.
Sweetheart, America's Sweetheart on Netflix, paid regular. I'm not sure where that's still available, but I remember when
You
did that
downloaded this
one.
all from a server in Switzerland.
And this is not happening. Your old show. All right, Ari, welcome to the show. How you doing, man?
Thank you. I'm doing great.
Did you bring
Good to
your
be
own
here.
ads? We're now encouraging guests. They can bring their own sponsors.
I can see if I can dig one up.
Yeah, he probably could.
By the way,
It's
that's
a
a real
free-for-all.
link. It's a real link. So anyone who wants to do it, I will get real money out of that. ExpressVPN/Turner. You save. 4 months.
I'm not going to tap dance for the man. Anyway, Ari, man, thank you for coming, man.
You're
Thanks
welcome.
for coming to the show.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me. What a divide.
Do you like the
Personal
studio?
ads. I love it.
Yeah. Have
great.
you ever been on a show where everyone just splintered off and did their own ads?
No, I've actually never seen that. I've done podcasting a long time. I love it. I love
Look
it.
at that.
Everyone's like, you don't pull your weight. You don't pull your weight. Everyone just does your own thing.
I tried
Yeah.
to pull this thing along for 4 months. It's all over.
Listen, I thought the Patreon was going to kind of just grow.
If they
on
got
its
up to
own.
450 people,
What?
250.
250.
We just need $250, not even people.
It's a fifth of that.
We're at 100 and no, we're at like 206.
Then you wouldn't have to do these ads.
I wouldn't
That's
have
what
to.
I'm saying. So that's why I didn't
Sign
go
up.
looking for my own ads.
I will stop the ads if we can get to 250.
That's fair. That's
We're
fair.
at 206 right
Listen,
now.
I need.
We only
so
need
close.
44 more
I
dollars.
mean, that's crazy if they want to go through those ads again to not have to just like sign up.
I'll make it double the length next time.
Yeah.
I may go pay for our Patreon just so I don't got to hear that shit.
This is
no
2
more.
pages. I only read 1 page of those ads.
Oh
There's
my
a whole
God.
other page I didn't even get to. That's why I said something.
Yeah, I wouldn't be good for that type of ad. I want like a Clorox or a Jameson ad or some shit.
Get one.
Go find them.
Yeah.
I drink enough of it.
I'm not stopping anybody from getting their own ads.
I like that.
Go do it. Ari, I've known you for like 10 years. I don't think we ever talked about how you grew up though, and because this is a show on race.
Is this that neighborhood? This is where I grew up. Is
You're
right
like
in here.
4 blocks away.
Yeah, I
from,
passed some
from
for
the,
sure.
From the Hasidic Jewish.
From the
neighborhood.
from the roof, somebody's been fiddling on them.
Yeah,
I always look at them up there.
You
When
can
it's
hear
nice
'em.
out, when
You
it's
can-
nice out, they're out there fiddling.
you can hear the fiddler.
I think
We're
I
very
forget.
close.
I forget that you grew up Hasidic.
Yeah, not quite.
No,
acidic.
Orthodox.
Just Orthodox.
I'm sorry.
So first of all, let's start there.
Yeah.
Orthodox is no beard, but the curls.
Sometimes beard.
Oh,
Sometimes beard.
what are the ones? So we're
But not like that. No,
We're a
you
few-
can have a beard, but it's not like a big deal.
we're a few blocks away from South Williamsburg, I think it's called.
Okay.
And
I don't know
that's-
which ones live where.
They're
all
Hasidic.
split up.
No,
I
they're
know,
for
but there's
sure
different
Hasidic.
sects of Hasidic ones.
Oh.
You can tell by how high their socks are. Some of them have the baseball player like sock up to here, trousers inside of it.
Like an old colonial man.
That's
Yeah,
what I was
some
going to
have
say,
this,
like George Washington.
Some have the big fucking
With the big-
fucking
the
hat.
hat.
The others have a big brim. It's
What
like different,
fur is that?
I don't know.
Can I tell you, my parents came and
You know?
visited. No, my parents came a few weeks ago, and my dad, they came that way on the Uber to get here, and
Yeah.
my dad goes, "Man, those Jewish guys got some crazy haircuts," and he was serious.
And the one that's all fur is pretty
He-
sick.
The fur he thought was hair. I'm like,
wow.
no, I think that's a hat, dude. But
yeah,
so
it's for
they,
sure.
he thought literally, for real, thought it was like a kid and play.
Those things cost so much money. They're like $5,000.
Are you for real?
Yeah, they
giant
take them when they have
hats.
to put them on a plane. They have to have like a hard box to keep it on, especially the ones that go like this.
So that's not what you grew up with, the big hat.
No. Sometimes a fedora. Some people wear fedora.
That's
Is for the fedora religious or just style?
No,
for
it's just
y'all?
like halfway to that. Halfway
Okay.
to the fur.
It's a training wheel
Yeah,
for the
yeah.
big sombrero.
Yeah.
Nice.
But you grew up in Maryland with this? Mm-hmm. So there's a community in
Maryland, North
Maryland.
Carolina. They're all over.
Really?
They're
I've
everywhere.
literally
They're outside
never
of here,
seen
too.
that.
Baltimore's the first one to have a kosher stand at the baseball park. Baltimore.
Really?
Not New York. Crazy. New York wouldn't have it. That's nuts.
That is
You would
crazy.
think New York would have it of anywhere.
I would think
I didn't even know
100%.
Baltimore would be even like know what the fuck to do. with
Baltimore has hella Jews. Jewy Jews.
Really?
Yeah.
So Phil's from South Carolina. I'm from Sacramento. Neither one
Yeah.
of us.
that. I knew like 3
You
Jews.
didn't know
like-
any. NorCal barely knows them.
I knew one guy.
I
Where are
knew-
you from? South Carolina.
I had one Jew in my whole high school.
Jew
class.
at all. Not even that heavy.
No, he was just a
Same. We had one.
regular white dude.
We had one. Brandon Salzberg. Shout out.
Yeah.
Catholic high school though. It was
My
bizarre.
boy's last name was Greenberg, but like, he didn't.
Greenberg.
act-
That's a Jew for sure.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
100%.
So 1 and 1.
That's
so
a
we
double Jew. Greenberg is a double. Those alone are both Jewish last names.
Yes.
And then together.
Green by itself is Jew. And
Yeah.
then Berg.
So then you grew up with a community, and
What
then
was his first name? That's fine.
Bruce.
Bruce. Oh, no, close. It
Saul?
might have been the
We hope
Jewiest.
it's
Abraham?
If it was Saul, it'd be like, that's the Jewiest.
I knew a guy named
American
Israel.
name.
Like literally, his name was Israel.
I know.
I went by
know
There's
those.
probably millions of them. It's like Muhammad.
Israel. It's not quite that many. All respect. All respect to everyone.
That's crazy. Damn, I did. So let me ask you something, because I think the curls are gangster. I ain't gonna lie. If I could grow my shit like that, I just put a New York fitted cap on my shit.
Dude, the
Ooh.
curls rule. And that this day and age, if they're in the internet era, which they are, they understand this is cool. They probably like fucking. You could braid them. You could do wild stuff with black
There's
hair.
a rapper,
Yeah.
BLP Kosher or he's
BLP Kosher?
Yeah, no, that's his name. BLP. I think it's BLP. I look at him on TikTok.
Kosher Dills?
No.
Okay.
But he has the curls, but they're not curls. He dreaded them and they stick straight out.
Wow.
Big chain on. It's a dreidel. This little white boy be snapping.
Oh, he's white.
He's a white rapper.
Oh.
Yeah, white rapper.
Leaning into it.
Yes, and
Wow.
and his name's BLP Kosher, and he has
BOP? What's
the BLP. I want. Where's my? I just want to.
Yeah, look it up.
Yeah, let me show you, bro, real quick, because he is fucking great.
BLP?
Are there any? Because Phil, I know you're looking for an angle. Are there any black Jewish rappers?
Yeah, for sure.
There are.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But I don't know any of them.
And
Yeah.
you know,
No, Drake.
Oh, he's Jewish?
Yeah. Drake's a black Jewish rapper.
Okay, never mind. That's dumb.
Oh, yeah, by the way. Oh,
Like
what's
one of the
up?
most famous ones ever.
This is BLP Kosher.
Phil, if you went curls,
Phil, you should go curls.
that's what I'm saying.
Also, with no hair on top, you could start there and really get
Yeah.
it going.
start the beards from my sideburns.
Yes,
would be-
that is the
and-
spot. It's right above where yours is. That's the
How
spot you're
many
supposed to-
years does it take to grow? This hair grows like
How
once
many
a year.
years does it take? to sideburns? Yeah, it takes a while. You never cut them.
So you start those as kids.
Yeah, so you don't cut your hair
Oh,
till
all
you're
the
3.
little- you can see the little kids in
Those
the
don't
neighborhood.
cut their hair
They
till
have 'em.
3. Sometimes even Orthodox community don't cut their hair males till 3, and then you're started. Boom, you already got it. 3 years. Cut the rest.
What's the significance of the curls?
Five. Come on, guys, this is basic shit.
We don't know anything.
No,
It's
nothing.
the 5 corners of the beard that you can't touch with a razor.
Oh, I didn't know
Wait,
that.
1, 2, corner, 3, 4, 5.
So then, therefore, if you have the curls,
give it to me.
you need to have a beard. You have to have a full beard.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
well, that's what
'cause you
but
can't.
but you can do it with scissors. They just like now it's custom. They don't.
Phil, dude,
so they
if you
cut
win
the beard
curls,
Bro.
we're trying to figure out a way. You know, your career will pop off
Yeah.
immediately.
First of all, I'm not a Mari Stoudemire. Nigga. I can't just be Jewish.
Mari is a great
Yeah.
black Jew.
Yeah. He was just at the garden.
And by the way, you could change your name in the black comedy world. You could have a one-note name. You could go Curls. That could be your new name with a Z.
Philly curls?
I'd have to just perform in Harlem though.
Just Curls.
No.
No.
You do the Modi circuit. You do like the Ilan Gold.
Yeah.
You do like synagogue.
You just got to learn some references.
Shana Tova.
Watch his special
Well,
and then steal his material.
Just like say what you're gonna say. We'll all translate it for you, and then you'll just
Say
know
what
it.
you gotta say.
Yeah.
And you just right
And
beside
we'll
me
tell
speaking
you like,
Hebrew.
yeah. Well, no, not rep side. I'll like prep you. Yeah, you'll do the
Say-
curls.
say-
It's like when you're like, hey, what's the supermarket in town? When you want to do
yeah,
a
like when
reference.
you're on the road.
Yeah.
What's the intersection
Yeah,
where all the
yeah,
traffic
yeah.
is? Yeah, you just asked for some stuff. I'm telling you, this is no one's tried it yet in
I've been
comedy.
looking for a rebrand. If
Are
I
there-
come back Jew with Ari backing me, dog.
Comeback
100%.
Jew is the name of the special. Dude.
Yeah.
Come back.
Come Black Jew.
Whoa.
That was so gay.
Oh yeah, that's true. I didn't think of it that
I'm
way.
like, that won't be the name of my special.
Yeah. I was like, what? I'm gonna get sexual.
Oh my god! I was like, no. Holy shit!
Homosexual Black Jew. What about that?
Are there homo Lenny
kidding.
Kravitz?
Lenny Kravitz, he goes
He's probably
every which
bi.
way. He probably does whatever he wants.
So if you did, no, I think it's a move. I think it's a
What?
the full curls and then the
But you know,
synagogue
I don't know if
circuit.
we can do the brother can do because a type of hair we got. Mine just ain't gonna like get.
It might. It might.
Listen,
but
Like
that's
you
what
saw
you find
Amari.
out.
Amari had the big hat on though at the garden,
I
Did he
saw him walking
really?
down the
and
street
it was
in
like
Brooklyn.
70 degrees, so he really into
Damn.
it.
Did he really?
It didn't have a brim on it, but
I
it
wanna
was a
see
big
it.
fur.
I want
You
to see
tell-
that.
When I knew he was real, I saw him walking down the street in Brooklyn Heights. No
Yeah.
cameras around, nobody, just him, full, like the big hat, the black
What?
jacket, full on
He's more Jewish
Orthodox
than you for
Jew.
sure.
I love that, dude. First of all, it's
He was
cool.
by himself.
And he lived in New York for the longest time.
Yeah.
So like he gets it. He's like, this is cool. There's
No,
this
when
whole
he
set
got
of New
traded
Yorkers.
to the Knicks,
Yeah.
do you remember he all of a sudden discovered he had this Jewish heritage, and he went full. Follow him on Instagram. It's all him and like Jewish guys,
He
like
praising
Israeli
like
Jewish
Hebrew.
guys.
He praising like Hebrew.
yeah,
like,
yeah,
on
yeah.
there.
He's full on. He's way more
So
Jewish.
you think he eat
than-
kafilka fish?
I don't. I
Yeah, he
guess.
probably does.
Yeah,
He
probably.
probably at least would have it.
But he's not doing stand up. Is my point.
Yeah.
That's you.
You're doing stand up. That's more Jewy than Ari Shaffir, who played basketball, which is very not Jewy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's actually true.
Yeah.
There's you seen that Jewish team where they be wearing the yarmulkes in the game and shit?
I want to ask you about this.
Yeshiva University. Just lost.
So I live on the campus of St. Joseph's College, so like Division III basketball, and their gym's right there. I was walking down the street and I looked in the window. They were in the middle of a game. They were playing against Yeshiva University one day.
Played St. Joseph's. That's their league.
Yeah.
Or they're just in the schedule.
I guess.
This
Wow.
St. Joseph's.
So they
Division
all
III, yeah,
it's a
right.
full college basketball team with yarmulkes on.
Yeah.
How do they stay on though?
That's an excellent question, Phil. It's an excellent question. It's hair clips. That's the digital answer. You know those hair clips that go and they snap like that. and then you unsnap them like that.
But they be bald.
Yeah, I don't want to point fingers, but what if you're bald?
If you're bald, it's a real problem.
Okay.
And we'll stay on. If you shave your head like thin enough, there's Velcro on the inside, and they use that to stick it on.
Oh, really?
Yeah, if it's a buzz cut, which a lot of them have, then it'll stay on that way.
If you're hooping, you better figure it out in
So
advance.
if it falls off in a game, which is bound to happen.
You're disqualified.
No.
The referee ends the game.
Well, he's out of here. He is out of here.
No, but literally, if a woman played on the other team, none of those men could play.
It's a
In
flagrant.
case
two.
they touched her. They wouldn't be able to touch her,
So-
so she could just run right through their defense.
So if she posted them up,
That they would just keep backing away.
because
and
what
try-
happens? Like
try to
y'all
front
feel
her.
like you go to hell, or what happens?
You just can't touch a woman.
So
So,
not
that
even-
would be if St. Joseph's had a woman on the team, they would.
Any
dominate.
of those girls, remember like the Iowa team that not Caitlin Clark, but all her teammates?
Yeah.
Remember them? Any one of them.
Any one of
would
them.
just score 30.
Last
a
off the
game.
bench.
It's like-
You couldn't
yeah.
guard them.
You
You
could
would
go
have
take
to
the
like
walk-on,
clean
yeah.
swat. That's the only way you could block one of their shots and not even come into them at all. Oh, they could create a fence around you. Oh, 5 women could easily beat 5 religious Jewish men. No question. Honestly, at a low level.
At a low level.
Like a high school.
Does Yeshiva University have a women's team?
There's a different college. Stern College is way more into the normal part of town.
So Yeshiva University is men only?
They can't touch them. How you gonna
Yeah.
go to school with them?
I didn't know.
Yeah, it's men only.
What
men's
if you
school.
drop your pencil?
Didn't you go to?
Yeah, I went there for a year.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, I was in the golf team.
In New York? No, in Israel.
Yeshiva University.
You went to the one here in New York.
Yeah, for a year. I was in the golf team.
Isn't
I
there only
lettered.
one?
I lettered in NCAA sports.
You did.
Yeah, I have my own letter. It's a
Nice.
Y. Yeah. Did you?
No, I played basketball.
Played college basketball.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, then we both got it.
Division One.
Division 1.
Ari's immediately humbled.
Yeah. No, well, together we're Division 4.
Together we're Division 4. The best.
How good was the Yeshiva University golf team?
They were not good.
Yeah, because
They were
most
the
of
worst in our
country
conference.
country clubs won't even allow Jewish people in.
We build our own. That's a crazy
Yeah.
thing. We
Yeah.
build our own.
I bet you they're so nice.
They're so nice.
yeah.
Yeah.
Jewish people don't fuck around.
They will nickel and dime you on stuff when you get there. But there's no tips when you work at one. There's no tips come in. Literally cleaning people's clubs and just nothing. The children would give you tips. Like the 25-year-old kids would be cool about it. But damn.
And they're not gonna let you auto
what?
auto gratuity. I just put it on.
No,
the
no,
bill.
autograt. No, they didn't have that
Autograt.
concept. They don't have
I
that
never heard
concept.
that word.
You know, automatic gratuity. when
Yeah,
they put it on the
yeah,
bill.
yeah.
Yeah. What were we talking about?
Yeshiva University
oh, yeah.
basketball team and the yarmulkes, how they stay.
Yeah.
What
yeah,
if you're
yeah,
if
yeah.
you're full bald, like shaved head, like like
If you
full
had
bald,
your own set of
you
golf
can
clubs,
tape
you
it.
could get on the Yeshiva University golf team.
Oh, that's.
Did you
it's
play
a-
high school golf?
No.
Oh, so you just walked in. It was like,
Yeah,
I'll try
they're
it.
like, we need players, and there was only like 9 of us, and they needed 10. So we didn't even
Amazing.
fill up the team.
That's pretty sick.
Where did you guys play? There's no course.
Van Cortlandt Park, I remember that.
Oh, you were up D,
Well, we would
241.
go- Yeah, we'd go up there to play. That was our home course. Yeah.
I was just fucking no. That's ridiculous. Let me.
Do you play golf? You do.
Yeah.
I do.
Phil
You do
does.
too.
Yeah. hold on, like,
Do you have handicaps?
no, I'm not that good.
I shoot
Yeah.
like 110.
Okay.
I don't, I don't even know how to fucking score it. I just be out there swinging.
Nice.
But I make good contact.
No, it's fun.
Yeah.
It's so fun.
Yeah.
Especially before you really start keeping score or
Yeah,
care.
right, right.
Yeah.
I just know once I get to 7 strokes, I pick my ball.
You're like, that's about enough.
Yeah, we're
I'll
not
meet you guys
gonna
in the
do
next
this.
hole.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm slowing you guys down.
not
I don't care.
My only goal in golf was to not slow down the group I'm with.
That's the biggest part.
No.
Don't annoy people.
The
That's it.
group you're with, I got anxiety because there was a group behind us, and I was like, "Could y'all just go at like?"
Yeah, let them go.
I don't want you to
Let 'em
watch
go.
me.
You're allowed to let people through.
You are, but then if you're waiting, then it becomes a thing.
Yeah.
And they're like, no, you guys go ahead. And like, well, you're on my fucking ass. It's like walking to New York. You're like, just pass.
Yeah,
If you're
just
going to walk
go.
my pace, just pass.
You
Yeah.
feel like they're judging you and shit.
Here.
My whole goal though was just get good enough to
Yeah.
where I'm not slowing everyone down.
Get
And
up
then
there,
once
get
I
your
did,
ball
I quit.
Yeah.
I quit
Nice.
getting better.
Oh, don't let me get in the sand bunker. I'm picking it up every time. I
Just
can't.
go- just
I
be
can't
like-
get it out of here.
You should just do the motion control like this with your hand and then pick it up and just like throw it up and then go. Like
What a
that.
shot! Oh my!
I shot in competition at Yeshiva University. I shot a 143.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, so yeah, I could have played.
You
Yeah,
easily
yeah.
could have played.
I should have
140.
converted and just
Yeah.
played.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you got it.
I would have converted to Judaism.
Wait, you can't get
for
a
the golf.
minority scholarship to Yeshiva?
No, you can't. It's all minority. It's all minority.
Well, that's
You don't
what
think every Jew has Moroccan roots that they're gonna fucking bank on? They're all minority.
Oh, I did not realize.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's another thing. Jews love qualifying for African American grants. On the down low. if they can prove they are from Northern Africa at all,
That
they
is
qualify.
just wild. We can't have shit.
You got to hire people that understand these laws, and then you get further ahead.
That's exactly what it is. I do want to say something before we get into the question segment.
Yeah.
I love Ari. I've gotten to meet him a couple times. I've done a couple gigs.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
when before I knew who he was, I could not stand Ari. All because when Kobe died, he tweeted. And I was like, who the fuck is this? I had to tell you this because I was like, bro, I fuck with you so heavy now. But before I knew you, I saw that. I was like, this nigga sick.
I love all the butthurt people. It was so fun. It was so funny.
I remember-
What?
I was on a show at New York Comedy Club like that week.
Yeah.
And it literally got canceled because there was death threats.
To the building.
Because you
building.
you were also on the lineup.
Yeah.
And the club called me like an hour before. They go, yeah, the show's off.
Somebody's
I'm
threatening
like,
to shoot the place up.
but it was also like a Thursday night at 8. I'm like, you didn't sell tickets to a Thursday night? They're like, no. People are trying to shoot up our club because Ari's on the lineup.
I mean, I called anonymously, but but shit, man. No, I just was like, great dude.
It was so funny. Yeah, like shows canceled tonight. I'm like, oh, all right. It was nice they wouldn't like take me off the lineup. They're just like,
Ari, you owe me $40 for not.
I owed it too. I wanted it.
That's why you're here.
That was the last
I'm here-
$40 I was
here to
ever gonna make.
collect.
You gotta take this away.
That's fucking great.
Should we get to our questions?
Hell yeah, absolutely.
We got your black and white advice questions and answers coming up after the break.
Hey, you want to get bonus content, early episodes, and have your questions answered on the show?
Well, then subscribe to our Patreon at patreon.com/blackandwhiteadvice and subscribe right now.
Do it, and we'll give you a shout out on a future episode.
And I might call you the N-word.
Hey, we're back, everybody.
A little yoga session out there. It was awesome, guys.
Yeah.
I'm glad we did that.
Fun.
For a little
I
run.
came back refreshed from that break.
Did you know that Domas Sabonis, by the way, is Jewish? Domantas Sabonis, the basketball player,
No, I did not know that.
converted like a year and a half ago.
Ago.
His wife is he married like I was gonna say a shiksa, but a shiksa would be the opposite. His wife's Jewish.
Would you convert for some ass?
Yeah, probably. I don't mind. Judaism's fine with me.
Oh yeah, convert easily.
No, I'm
for
talking about
us.
like Hindu.
Yeah, go whatever. I'm not gonna do it.
Remember
I'll
when
just
George-
say I'll do it.
Remember when
Well, you're saying,
Costanza
do you have to
converts
believe in
to
something?
Latvian Orthodox?
Oh yeah.
And he's like studying. He has, and then it comes in
And
for
then
a
she
test.
leaves. Yeah.
I think anyone would. Would you?
Yeah. So he converted to get married. Demontis.
Yeah.
Wow.
He-
Yeah,
he-
it doesn't count. Fuck that. You're not one of us. You act like you're one of us, but you're not really one of us.
Whoa! I thought you would, because I told Kaplan, my friend Kaplan, he
Yeah.
was like, "Oh, he's like our greatest Jewish current basketball player."
Nah, we can't count him. We
yeah.
can't count him. Oh, because he jumped his way in at the very end.
You go with Amari.
Well, he
before
joined
him.
at a time that wasn't exactly
But
popular
this might
to
be.
join.
Listen, I can't listen. Call me a convert, exclusionary, radical Jew, but if they're not born Jewish, then they don't really understand what it's like to go through bar mitzvah years, to go through being excluded from the other things, to have nothing open on your holidays growing up. You didn't go through that, Demontis.
Wow! Oh, now you're canceled in Sacramento too.
You didn't know anything about that.
This is our Kobe
Yo,
moment.
you had your Christmases all childhood when it mattered, and then when it doesn't matter anymore, now you give them up. Fuck off, Demontis. You're not one of us.
So the mitzvah is a big deal.
The mitzvah? The
Yeah.
bar mitzvah? yeah.
Mitzvah just means celebration.
No,
right?
it's
Really?
a good deed. It means
Or
a good deed.
A good
Yeah.
deed.
Oh,
Sorry.
so what does the bar mean, boy?
It's the you're
13.
son of a good deeder. It means like you become a man. And after this, like your sins are on you.
Oh, and what is for girls? It's not a bar. It's
Bot.
Ba.
It's the bot. It's the
Oh, there's an A? There's a
feminine.
T.
It's a feminine.
got you.
Of the same word.
I used to love going to them motherfuckers. They was always top notch. The
The
food.
New York ones, right?
I'm
you're
from South Carolina. I only went to one, but it was a big deal.
Greenberg's.
Greenberg's.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it's a party.
Greenberg.
It's a first real party.
Like,
at the
Ari
same time.
remembers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember Greenberg. It's the most. It might be the most Jewish name.
Seth Greenberg?
Saul
No.
Greenberg.
Saul Greenberg.
No, this was Bruce.
Yeah.
First question comes to us from Aaron in Lake Tahoe. He says, we may need Joe's help for this. We may not, but depends on Ari's knowledge. He says, I heard there is a way for non-Jews to get into Jewish heaven. Something about the 7 laws of Noah. What are they, and do Turner and Phil qualify?
What do you mean qualify?
I think the
What does he
question.
mean
I
qualified?
don't want to go to Jewish heaven anyway.
He mean can we get into Jewish heaven?
Let me tell you something, Phil. They think that's the only heaven. So it's that or nothing. It's not like
It's like
there's
the
another
British
room.
Open in
Yeah.
golf.
It's
They're
not-
like, it's called the Open. We were the
I don't wanna
originals.
go to
not
that
the
heaven.
British. It's just the Open.
Not one of those bars with different floors. Oh, it's a different vibe up here. Oh, it's a honky tonk room.
Can we get Aaron and Lake
It's
Tahoe
all
wants
one.
to know if
They're
Phil
either
and I-
right or they're wrong, but it's only one.
There's only
We'll for the show. I mean,
Yes, you do go to heaven.
we go to Jewish heaven.
Just heaven.
So we can get into Jewish. It says here Jewish heaven. I'm reading.
It's all heaven.
What's the 7 laws of Noah?
Now that's what you should be asking. That's what you should be asking.
That was the question.
You're in. You're fucking hung up on what's the Jewish heaven, what's not. He's already the next
I
step.
didn't ask what is Jewish heaven.
How did I
said,
get to this?
Can we
This
get
guy's
in?
talking about fucking semantics, and I'm looking to get in.
I said,
Right, right.
can I get into Jewish heaven?
Yeah, there's some shit you got to do.
What? That's what Aaron in Lake Tahoe, California wants to know. I thought
All
he
right,
lives in Lake
let
Tahoe.
me know.
Do you know what the 7 laws are?
I sure do, guys.
What are they?
So for us,
Yeah.
there's 613 laws, and that's how we get into
But
heaven.
all I need is 7.
Sounds like we got a better deal.
And your 7, we also got to do yours.
I'm getting a bargain.
You're getting a
620.
humongous bargain. It's so much better to be a non-Jew.
Y'all are all about a deal, ain't you?
It's so much better. But we're raised Jewish, so like our odds of getting it are way higher. So your reward should be higher.
If you were a professional athlete, would your number be 613?
I would like that. My last number was Comedians Basketball League was 911. It was fun. Wait, what are they? Let's see which ones I know.
No idol worship.
No idol worship.
No
That's
idol
going to be your toughest
That's in
one.
the commandments.
That's going to be your
I'm a
toughest
Christian.
one.
That's easy. You can't worship nobody else. I don't.
Yeah, one
I
God.
There's one God.
I don't know.
Jesus
Checkmate.
is your borderline.
Jesus
But I don't
is the
think it's an
son.
idol. Yeah.
So
What about the band Bad Religion?
So now,
I
okay.
enjoy them.
Is that idol worship? I don't know.
I'm going to their show next month.
We'll find out. If
Are
there's
they
any
I don't pray to them,
satanic
though.
people.
No, no,
though.
no, no, I'm
Oh,
just
as long as you
saying.
don't pray to them.
Yeah, I don't pray to
no
them.
worship.
I don't pray to Bad Religion.
Yeah.
No, no, no.
Also,
okay.
if you're a bad Christian, you're off the hook even more. If you don't like worship Jesus, if you're like, I've been to church like 5 years ago, then like, oh, even better. You're doing it.
Oh no, no, no. But
Not
we-
even borderline. idol
Wait, no.
worship.
But if we do worship Jesus,
Yeah.
we're out.
I don't know. It's borderline. It could
But
go
that's
either
the
way.
whole basis of Christianity.
Is Jesus an idol? Can you look that up? Does Jesus qualify as an idol?
Because
What do you
he's
think?
also he's the
You think an
embodiment
idol
of
is
God.
just a statue, right?
yeah,
that's what
like
I
you're
thought
like
too.
rubbing.
No,
Buddha's
or if
belly.
it's like Trump or somebody, you know, like a false prophet.
Michael Jackson came to the Western Wall when I was in Israel, and all our rabbis said you can't go to that because that's idol worship. They're like, we've seen the way people react to him, and that's
Yeah.
idol worship.
Yeah.
So you
They're
can't
like,
even
oh my
you
God.
can't even be a fan.
But they would do that
Because they were
Super
fainting
fans.
when they would see Michael.
They'd be like,
Jackson.
oh
Yeah,
my
yeah,
God,
they were-
crying.
like the
and whatever.
Beatles
They're
or
like
something.
worshiping him. They're like worshiping him. And that's how they would do if Jesus came down.
What
Yeah,
if you were?
for
What
Jesus
if?
might be an idol.
What if you
Jesus
did
is
it?
not an idol, according to AI.
All right, so we passed.
Then
What-
you're back in. Okay, that's one.
I'm
That's
in.
one.
All right.
Great.
Wouldn't it be funny if you were you did everything right in your life, but you were just a super Justin Bieber fan, and you got to Jewish heaven, and they're like, "Sorry, you worship Bieber too much."
Bieber.
You're
You were
out."
like way in. Though.
You were a
You like
believer.
teared up when he came out on stage.
Right.
He didn't even hit his number yet. You're teared up. You're gone.
All right,
Okay.
number 2.
No profaning God's name. Fills out completely.
Oh yeah,
I don't profane God.
I do clean comedy.
Profane
Phil?
God's name. That's ooh.
I just say
That's totally fine. That actually, no matter how you spell it, won't stop you from getting into heaven.
I'm like there's no
Wait,
God.
wait. What about the thing your mom made us take out of the podcast?
Oh, when I was like,
He said something bad.
oh.
Don't repeat it. Don't repeat it.
oh, the Mother Mary talk.
Yeah, he said something bad about Mother Mary.
That's borderline again.
We got hate mail from
That's
his mom.
profaning. Oh, really?
My mom,
Yeah.
I would like for you to.
But also, Joe and I talked after the episode, and we were like, I think that's over the line for this show.
Nice. You know what your lane is. I like it. You're like, man, it's not what we do.
Yeah, let's not stay
Number
away from
3.
Rick.
So that's just don't curse God, really.
Yeah.
Okay.
I got turned down. I made trophies for my podcast. You'd be tripping.
Mm-hmm.
The trippies from last year. So we're making trophies, and then these all got sent back. It's like, there's profanity. We had biggest piece of shit award, and they're like, sorry, we rejected this. It's profanity. If you want to rewrite it, and I was like, what? They're like, I call it like we're a Christian company, and there's no profanity. I was
What?
like,
Wait, trophy store?
a trophy store.
Has
it was crazy.
morals?
Yeah, a fucking grand coming at them, and they're like, nah, actually, no
All
way.
they're doing is like fantasy football things and
Uh-huh.
stuff.
And I was like, was that the only curse word? I was like, was that the only one? Or was there others? Like, yeah, there's a couple more. There was obviously like it's innuendo, things like that. We're like a Christian company. We don't want any part of that. And I was like,
Oh my God.
yeah,
Did you change it?
full refund. No, I can't do any names of my awards.
We just find a different company.
Yeah, I got to find a different company.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Number 3?
Yeah, no murder, guys.
No murder.
I'm out.
So that's an easy one. No, okay,
Murdering that puss. I'm
I
sorry.
have a question. What if you did it once, but you don't do it anymore? Are
Like you had to
damned
kill.
forever?
Like you had to kill.
You killed somebody once.
Stand your
Like the
ground.
Menendez brothers.
Or you cussed out God once. Are you just done forever?
Yeah, I think so.
I mean,
don't
it's
think
your
so.
religion.
I think it's like
But y'all don't have like repentance, do
as
you?
long as you're not doing that, like consistently doing that.
But y'all don't have like confession, or y'all don't like pray and repent. So
No, you do repent.
You repent?
You're like, I shouldn't. You realize I shouldn't have done that.
And you forgive?
No, it's not like that. You still get it on your record. Yeah, we don't expunge.
you
There's
still
no
got it on your
expunging.
record.
Yeah.
So why repent if there's no forgiveness?
So you don't do it again, and also like you're like, that's it's not me anymore.
But then you're not in Jewish heaven.
You could be in Jewish. No, everyone goes to Jewish heaven.
What is Jewish hell?
Jewish hell's not great.
Wait, we got a few more. And
Okay.
then we'll get to Jewish hell.
Okay.
No sexual immorality, like
This is
you know,
big. This is
adultery,
where you might
incest,
Yeah.
homosexuality.
Yeah. This is where a lot of people are gonna fall off.
On the incest or the gay
Incest, homosexuality,
Adultery.
and adultery.
Cheating on your spouse.
And I believe is in there. Is that a different one?
It doesn't say that.
It's immoral, sexual. What does it say? What's it called?
It just says no sexual immorality, avoiding illicit sexual relations such as adultery, incest, homosexuality.
So those are examples of it. It's rape too.
Yeah,
It's
right.
no
I would
rape,
assume.
no incest, which is not fucking your brother or sister. That's gonna be hard for a lot of people. A lot of people.
Wait, that's I don't think so.
That's a Middle Eastern staple.
Oh,
That's a
it?
fucking normal.
well, they have big families.
Yeah, they have big families.
have, like,
Exactly.
How
The-
big?
Yeah.
The Bin Laden
And
family is like
Iceland,
1,000
also, you probably got to be
people.
worried about it.
Oh, they're like on some Genghis Khan. Type
Half the people
shit.
you meet are like, oh, my uncle's Bin Laden. But it's because he has 1,000, you know.
Yeah, he got around.
Yeah.
He slung.
So in Middle East, that's big to fuck your sister and shit.
I don't know, cousins or something.
I don't know.
But it's like immoral ones that some people. So that's like in certain cultures gonna be harder than others, but we're okay on that. It's the
That was sorta-
homosexuality. You're gonna get a lot of people you actually know.
Yeah,
That are
it's
like,
homosexuality
boom, gone.
for sure.
You're gonna be finding surprising people, but they don't go first. Let's go, and then
Right.
the homosexuals. Like,
Yeah.
it's like you're just not in there. And then what else? That's another one, adultery.
That's
That's
tough.
gonna get a
That's
lot of
gonna
people.
That'll
get
get
a lot of people.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
think-
that means not fucking your friend's wife, sure, but also not fucking anyone's wife.
What about porn?
Let me think about that for a second.
That's a good question.
No,
'Cause
that's
you're
just
fucking-
spilling seed. You're not doing that.
That's fine.
Spilling
fine.
seed is just.
Yeah,
I think I'm good so far.
and you're okay on that. So, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
No theft.
Stealing.
That could be.
Yeah. Still. Yeah. Snatching the cat.
No theft.
Yeah,
that
you
one's
can't-
in there.
You can't steal the pussy.
I mean, we're all fucked on that. So these can't be once and forever. We've all stolen, and I continue to steal.
Is that all? Are we done
No, I
with
got
the
two more. The
there's
sex
more.
one's weird as fuck, though.
the animals one is coming? It's pretty
this,
great.
This is it.
Oh, this better not be no pork.
No eating flesh from a living animal.
Oh.
Eating
What?
animals alive?
What do you mean?
Wait,
What have you eaten
wait.
alive?
Eating animals alive?
What have you eaten alive?
You ever had drunken shrimp? You ever heard of that?
No,
when
it's
the
still-
shrimp jump?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
The shrimp are alive.
All right, so
still
in
eating.
China, there's a dish. I'm surprised we didn't even take you there. Where in Hangzhou, in the city of Hangzhou, the specialty is drunken shrimp. What they do is they fill up a bowl full of baijiu, the alcohol everybody just drank off the air.
Yeah.
Chinese hard alcohol.
Full by baijiu.
It's like Everclear. And then they fill it up with baijiu, and they dump live shrimp in there. And the shrimp swim around until they're blacked out drunk.
No.
And they pass out, and then you eat them when they're passed out. I've
And
had
just
it.
crunch them and like kill them right
Yeah,
there.
The heads are on?
Yeah, head on. You don't eat the head part.
What do you do?
We're not savages.
Pull it out?
You eat the middle and just spit out the sides, like the tail and the head. So you eat the shell.
Oh, do
There's
they have
calcium
Those, do they have
in
those
the shell.
claws and stuff? Do they have those?
The little feet?
Yeah, you can eat that
I don't like my shrimp with the feet.
or not eat that. But it's like it tastes like baijiu,
Wow.
and I've had them where you get them right
It's
up.
like infused fruit.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's kind of sick.
Yeah.
But
That is sick.
Is
But
shrimp
it's infused
flesh?
shrimp.
It's sick.
Shrimp aren't considered flesh, though. They're crustaceans.
Hold on.
They're alive.
I will tell you. So now we go to interpretation, and
Yes.
I remember them telling us this: that the exception to not eating live animals is fish.
See?
Now I don't know if you're counting a whale or not,
I'm back,
because whale is
baby!
fish, but not mammals. But fish is the example. They said they're so dumb and brainless that really, even a goldfish, if you just swallow it, they have no idea anything's happening. They don't.
Shrimp
feel
are not
pain.
smart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Plus,
they're
I
like,
only,
it's
if
fine.
if I'm getting kicked out of Jewish heaven I did it once. It's not like I ate them all the time.
Right. But also, it's not even that. It's like the heart of a beating buffalo. Native Americans, all your ancestors are gone.
The
Any
more
of the
we read
warriors,
these,
The Liver King.
gone. They're to be down there.
the more we read these rules, do you think they were kind of gerrymandered a little bit to purposely block out certain races and demos of people?
Yeah.
Yeah.
To say, well, we are exclusionary in some way.
Yeah. Because Native Americans had to eat. Well, they didn't have to eat
The live. I
animals.
thought it was after a hunt, at least in the 2 movies I've ever seen about Native Americans. They cut the buffalo right there and grab the heart and just eat
Well,
it.
eat it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where you're out.
That's when you're out.
That's where you're out. But as long as you didn't get a buffalo yourself and get to do that,
Oh,
you're
okay.
in.
Yeah.
All right. See?
Probably only the big important ones got that a lot, right?
Have you ever
I
eaten a
was-
live animal?
I don't think so. A live animal?
Yeah.
Nah.
Yeah, okay.
Nah.
Next question?
All right, what's the last one?
Oh, yeah, there's one more.
Establish courts and laws.
Nah, that's interesting.
I've
So
never
now we're
done
talking
that.
about it as a people.
Wait, you're not allowed to establish a law?
You must. You must have a system where you guys aren't just barbarians, that you're actually fucking saying, hey, this is what's allowed in this country, this is what's not allowed. Have
Take it
some
to
sort of
heaven?
system of government. So it's not just
Like
fucking...
self-government?
But you
Yeah.
don't have to be the one that did it. You just have
So
to
whatever...
participate in
You'd
it.
have to be in a... Right, so the cultures are judged on this too.
I see. This is another gerrymandering.
Yeah, so is this culture okay with you eating live animals? They're like, no, you can't do that here.
I see.
You know you can't kill a pigeon?
In New York City?
You can kill a rat, do whatever you want to a rat anytime you want.
Why not?
Pigeons are holy?
They're not vermin.
That's a New York City.
Yeah, you can't just do that. They're not vermin.
They are vermin.
They're
though.
not vermin.
They're sky rats.
They
They're
are
not
sky
vermin.
rats, and they also
They're
are
sky
loud.
doves. They're literally doves.
Rats are less annoying.
Rats can be less annoying, but also, I don't.
No, I'd have a pigeon before I'd ever
Yeah,
own a
get
rat.
a pigeon. People have pigeons.
Yeah. I've eaten pigeon, by the way.
You've eaten pigeon?
China,
I've eaten
that's
pigeon.
a very
I've eaten
common.
pigeon, yeah.
Yeah, pigeons.
No, I feel like
I'm
New
sure you've
York
had
pigeon
Yeah.
would taste like catfish. They got to be dirty. Just the shit they eat.
The New York pigeons would be, they're
Those would
weathered.
be
That's the problem, they're
diseased.
weathered. But a nice smooth one,
Yeah.
you're like, that could be pretty. You could be pretty.
yeah.
You just don't take care of yourself, New York pigeons.
All right, so we're in. I think we're both in. I
Yeah.
know you were out on something. Jewish
Adultery.
heaven. I also was told adultery. I know, using the Lord's name in vain or whatever that one was.
Yeah.
I was also told
yeah.
that Kaplan told me I once held the elevator for a Jewish guy.
Yeah.
I pushed the button
Oh, nice.
on the Sabbath.
Yeah, good. Great.
And
You're
then
the
he
best-
told me I was a righteous Gentile.
Yeah, you're one of the best.
And then I was going to get into, I could be
Sha-
buried in a Jewish cemetery.
Shabbos Goy. That's wrong.
Shabbos Goy.
Yeah.
I was a Shabbos Goy.
I don't know if
I can't be buried in a Jewish cemetery.
No,
I've already
that's-
picked out my plot.
No, there's no.
And they said my wife could get in too because most of her customers are Jewish.
Oh my God.
Because she cooks
Well,
Chinese food for Jewish
That's
people.
crazy.
They're fucking with you.
They're just handing out cards.
There's not actually Jewish cemeteries. That's just us going. We can't get into those. We'll make our own. Just the way there's Jewish country clubs.
But I thought.
You
but
could-
I thought if you get a
Could I
tattoo-
get into a Jewish country club? Because I did this.
You could, if you were married to a Jew, 100%, they'll let you in.
Chinese.
What about the tattoo thing? You can't be buried with Jews because you're tatted.
No,
Is that false?
that's a fake. That's a wives' tale.
Whoa.
That's a mother's way of getting you to not get a tattoo.
Really?
But I've heard that my whole
Completely
life.
made up.
I
I
have
know.
too.
So
I
have
heard
I.
that was why Hitler tattooed the.
That's a great answer to a made-up thing.
I heard that he tattooed him during the Holocaust with like their number on him.
Yeah.
So they
No,
wouldn't
that
be allowed
part
to
is
be
not
buried.
what you heard. That did
That
happen.
really happened, right?
No, but
then
the
the reason
reasoning
is-
was
oh, yeah,
because
yeah.
so they wouldn't be allowed to be buried in Jewish. Myrna Sparks, my mother taught me that.
Yeah.
I was a kid.
No, why would they waste? They were so precise. Why would they waste all that with the numbers? They would just like mark you once, mark the next guy once. Why do a whole number system?
Wow.
It takes too long. That's not a German. Not being like fucking on it is not a German quality.
So tattoos are not an issue.
They wouldn't have done it for that reason.
Ah.
They would have just given you a slash next, slash next. You're out. You're out. You're out.
But you can be buried in a cemetery. There's no such thing even as a Jewish cemetery.
yeah.
So
You
this is
just
all
have
fake.
to bury your dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that part's fake. But Shabbos Goy is real.
Shabbos Goy.
We can't do certain things.
I'm
You
a
guys
Shabbos
can.
Goy.
We can. If we turn on and off a light on Sabbath, we're going to hell. You guys are fine. You
Yeah.
don't have to worry about that.
So-
But just thought of this. As long as it doesn't affect you guys, man, I want to go to sleep here. And this light I left on by accident. I can't really ask anyone to do it, but wouldn't it be? Oh man, I wish those.
This
lights
is
were
what
off.
happened.
I really wish those lights were off. I can't. You guys could. That's crazy. How you guys can? You'll still go to heaven.
And so
Imagine
then
you
I
just
can't.
walk out and be like,
We-
oh, guess I stay on.
So I was in an elevator.
Yeah.
And we were Ye and I were at a wedding, right? And we're going in an hotel elevator. We get in, and this basically, I think a rabbi gets in with us, and he just goes, And I'm like, hey man, I pushed like 6, right?
What floor? You said what floor?
And then I said, hey, what floor are you going to? I didn't. No, it didn't go that way.
You didn't offer.
I said, I hit 6, and I stood there, and he goes, I'm going to 5. And he just kind of said that, and I went, cool. And then he goes, going to 5.
So wait, you can't even ask.
And then my wife, it hit me. She's like, come on. And I went, oh, oops, sorry. And I pushed 5, and he goes, thank you.
Asking is kind of like you're doing it yourself. So like when you hit on a light switch, and the only reason the light switch is the problem is because there's a spark, so it qualifies as like fire in some way. That's the only problem. The light switch is a problem. If you turn on the light switch, well, that's you're just pushing a bunch of wood, right? That then hits that thing and then creates a current and then does the thing.
Right.
So you telling somebody, hey, can you please go turn that on? Is like really just like I'm doing it myself.
So
It's like, well, you just did that.
But if you can light candles.
If that's before the Sabbath starts and it burns into the Sabbath. But if you just hint at it, they're like, that's not really asking.
that's what he did.
Yeah.
So I didn't even get it.
That's a loophole.
I pushed 5 for him, and then when we got out of the elevator, like 5 minutes later, I was like, that guy's an asshole. No. And my wife's like, are you an idiot? He's not allowed to push the
Oh,
button.
it's so fun to be a Shabbos Goy.
I didn't
I
know.
can't, by the way. If I hit 5,
Yeah.
he couldn't get off on that floor.
Because you're a bad Jew?
Yeah, because then he can't benefit from the Jew doing a sin. He can't get any benefit from that.
So
You guys aren't. It's not a sin
I
or
would
not a
just
sin.
hit all the buttons on the elevator.
Yeah, like good luck, bitch.
Hey man, you get there when you get there.
This is why you don't pick us up in your ambulances.
Yeah, because Mike Britt has a great bit about that. But he's like, but did you know Shabbos? What's it called?
Shabbos?
Shabbos is
Goy.
coming. He was like, so why didn't you plan your day accordingly? But it's
So
like,
yeah, so in a lot of true, but in a lot of Jewish business, whatever, not businesses, residents, it'll stop on every floor. It's set to
just
stop
in
on every
case.
floor because you guys couldn't just fucking hit a button once in a while.
Yeah.
So now we gotta stop it on every floor.
Yeah. But
because
what
you guys
if there's
couldn't
none
just
of us
help us
around?
out. Then sure, then
There's
that's not
no, so we're like an
true.
elevated.
That's a fair point. That's a fair point.
Yeah, so we have an elevated sense of power on Shabbos. We are elevated powers.
Yeah.
We can do way more than you can.
Yeah.
It's the best day to be a
With
Gentile.
no negatives, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
do you
God.
still live like that?
No.
Art.
No. Absolutely.
Next
not.
question.
Yeah.
Jordan in Crown Heights, Brooklyn. He says, I'm black and I find myself very attracted to Orthodox Jewish women.
He's in Crown Heights.
Yeah. And he says, I was wondering, do all Orthodox women wear wigs? And if so, is it okay for me to respectfully ask one to take it off if I'm ever hooking up with her?
Okay. Well, if you're hooking up with her at that point, it doesn't really matter. It'd be crazy to have it on.
Right.
It's only for married women.
The wigs are only for married women.
Yeah.
So that's not even their real hair. Like they're like
So he's
blondes
not
and
getting
shit.
into Jewish heaven or
I mean,
earth
if he's doing that, that's right. That's major adultery.
yeah.
That's
Jordan's
immoral.
breaking a lot of laws in Crown Heights.
Yeah, that's not great. Yeah, so if she's doing that,
yeah.
She definitely turned
like
off the lights.
just take off your wig.
Yeah,
I
at that
get it.
point.
There's lots of those people, men and women. I know more of the men who are like, I'm still a piece of shit. I just happen to be born in this, so I'm gonna go fuck hookers on the sly like all the time,
Oh.
just like some regular dudes do, and they hide it from their friends.
Wait, but they don't.
But they
they're
just
not-
way hide it, and it's easier to hide because like I just go to a place where there's no Hasidic Jews.
But aren't they worried
No one will
about
see me.
not going to heaven or whatever?
If they're fucking hookers, I think they're past that.
They're
but,
fucking
but
hookers.
they're not past it if they're still wearing all the clothes and doing all the stuff. And
But, yeah, right.
you know what I mean?
If it's not a Jewish woman, it's not really that bad, to be
It's
honest.
not a sin.
No way.
If you
Not
fuck a
wasting
Gentile,
seed. Yeah, it's like a different thing.
oh,
The
there's
law
some
of not fucking a
loopholes.
Jewish woman
There's-
is because once they're on their period, then they have to like take a ritual bath to be clean. You can't fuck them till they're clean, and none of them get that ritual bath, so they're all kind of unclean. But you guys don't have that ritual bath law.
We
Yeah.
don't. We just
So-
take regular baths.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know if.
It's not. Anyway, so.
So anyway,
Yeah. Well, they're not as worried as they should be. It's definitely not ideal
So
to fuck hookers,
So-
but they just have to hide it. But it's like that episode of what's that Red Fox show? That old Red Fox show.
Sanford and Son?
Sanford and Son, where he sees Lamont going into a gay bar, and he goes in to investigate. Lamont just went into the bathroom, and he goes, "What the fuck? He's going in there for?" And he went in and he goes, "It's a gay bar." Lamont comes out, and he goes, "Fuck, Lamont's in there." He comes out and he passes him, and then on Lamont's way out, he sees Fred, and he's like, "Fuck, my dad's in a gay bar," and they both are just like dancing around the fact that they each saw each other in a gay bar. Because generally, used to be so safe. Who else is going to be there other than gays who can't open their
but the
fucking
son's
mouths?
gay.
No, neither one.
They
Total
were both, yeah,
misunderstanding.
it was a mix-up.
It was a mix-up,
Yeah.
but they just thought each other were gay. They didn't.
But
know.
if you're a Hasidic Jew and you go to the neighborhood where the fucking regular hookers are, like none of your friends are there. Unless they're also fucking
What's a
hookers, and they'll
Hasidic-
keep their mouth shut.
Oh, you're saying they're not in the neighborhood? I thought you were saying that the hookers come through the neighborhood.
You're not gonna run into anybody like
Yeah,
you
I
do,
see.
like we all do all the time.
Well, you can tell because you ever see like Hasidic Jewish people down the street they live 4 blocks from me.
Yeah.
They'll have an accent like a foreign country.
Wow, yeah.
But they're from they're from New York City. They spent their whole life in New York. I've talked to people. I'm like, where are you from? They're like, New York City. I'm like, where? They're like, right there.
Yeah.
Like, but what's your accent? But I think they don't leave the neighborhood.
They don't.
Yeah,
and
they
they go to
have
the
their own-
schools where they talk like that.
So definitely, if you go,
It's like different
10
parts of
blocks
England have
away.
different accents. Even different parts of London have different accents.
I know, but it's 4 blocks.
Yeah, but they only talk to themselves.
Yeah. Because also Jay-Z grew up in that neighborhood, isn't?
No,
Jay-Z's
Bed-Stuy.
not Jewish.
Yeah, he's from Bed-Stuy.
No way you'll give.
Not
we-
Crown
No,
Heights.
he's
We
from
got
the
Drake.
what are the
Marcy Projects.
Marcy Projects are right down the street. They're in the middle of the Hasidic Jewish neighborhood.
They weren't there when Jay-Z was coming up. They just recently took over.
You think so?
I think so.
I don't know.
They weren't.
Sometimes
in the
blacks
crack
entered into
era.
the Jewish areas, took them over, and then you had like the Jews who didn't get out, and so now they're both kind of like, well, we're neither one of us are leaving. And
You
then-
think the
and then it
project
goes
was there
back the other way.
first?
I know the project was there, and I think as it started to get better, I think the Jews started to buy in and buy property over there. I think. That's what I'm going with. But I do have the Wigs.
There's the 2 types of Jews though. It's the Hasidic ones, like we have our little community.
Yeah.
We're all here. And then they're each a different one. So maybe they'd take over though. They'd be like, let's buy up that.
And the wig is like a hijab for married Jewish women. Is that what it
You
basically
can't
is?
covet your neighbor's wife. So to stop you, one of the things you covet is hair. It's nice hair. So they cover that up.
Really?
What's the problem with that?
It's a hijab.
No, the problem is their hair is nicer than their regular hair.
Yeah, the
so
wig.
It's
Oh.
so it's hot.
Yeah. So it's-
You're not attracted to them. You're attracted to this fucking.
You're saying the wig's better looking than the real hair?
Yeah. Anytime a white chick with a wig, it's like, something about her with the fucking sharp black ones, you know, like the.
Yeah, but sometimes they don't match the eyebrows, and it's
Yeah.
like it's a little off.
Yeah, it's a little up, but that's hot too.
Yeah.
Blonde
Yeah.
eyebrows.
We found
fucking-
ours.
Well,
Kink.
I think
Black-
Jordan in Crown Heights agrees.
blonde wig,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
bleach blonde.
They're allowed
wig.
to have blonde wigs?
You can do whatever the fuck you
I see
want.
those.
They're wild. They get down with it.
At what age do you get the wig if you're a female?
Married, because you can't cover a neighbor's wife. So if you're not, that's what I mean. Like she'd have to be married in order to be doing that. Otherwise, she wouldn't be wearing a
So
wig.
then that
So,
means
yeah, he's already just a
he's got a
horrible
lot of
person.
issues. All right.
Well, that's a pretty good education. By the way, all this is in my special Jew on YouTube right now.
Hey, check it
Yeah.
all out.
Yeah.
Here is one. Oh, this is not a Jewish one, but this one's more for Phil.
Okay.
Tucker in Minneapolis, Minnesota.
Nice.
When I was a kid, I remember black people making a big deal about not wanting white people to look at them
Not wanting white people to look at them.
or look them in the eye.
Wait,
or
say that
stare
one more
maybe
time.
stare at them is more the question.
Stare them in the eye,
Yeah.
like a.
There was this fear that if you looked at a black guy, you could get beat up.
If you looked at him wrong.
Yeah.
That is a myth that's still true today.
It says this seems to have gone away. Phil, is the coast clear in terms of looking at black
That's
people
a good
again?
question. That's a good question.
No, I mean, no.
You still can't look at black people?
What the fuck are you eyeballing me for? Like, no. The fuck? If you gonna stare, say something. But if you're just staring at me and don't speak,
Yeah.
oh no, like where I'm not even from the hood, but just my family, like that can get you shot.
Fuck's
And,
wrong
like,
with you?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the fuck? What you about to rob me? What the fuck are you looking at? Like that makes a lot of black people uncomfortable in general. And it's just not white people. I'm even more nervous if black people are just staring at me and not saying shit. The
Yeah.
fuck is really going on?
So anyone staring.
Yeah,
Yeah.
why are you looking?
Yeah,
Yeah.
like
What
it's
are you
one
looking at? You just lower your eyes. Like
Yeah.
well, I can see you looking at me.
Yeah.
You're this far from me.
Unless you're gonna speak, but if you don't speak and you're just looking at me,
Yeah.
and I look, and if I double take,
Yeah,
and
if you
you're
don't
still
look
looking-
away.
yeah, and you're still looking. I've done that on the subway here in New York. I was like, what the fuck are you looking at?
Yeah,
You just
I'll
say
do one
something.
of these. I'll do one of these. So like you look, I'll see you, and then I'll go like,
Yeah, what's up? What's up, man?
Wait, but you really
Like,
you will
stop.
say you'll verbally say.
I
what
have
are you,
said it on the subway.
What are you looking at?
Yeah, what the fuck are you looking at?
What do they say?
Oh, nothing, man, nothing. I was like, oh, well then fucking don't be so weird about this shit. Yeah, because
be
it makes
weird.
me uncomfortable. Yeah, and I gotta make. Do I need to get the
we
blade
need
out of
them.
my
We need
pocket?
them to make social law enforcement.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Hey, don't do that.
yeah.
And black guys are the enforcement wing.
Who raised you? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, and I mean, that's a man.
Yeah,
thinking
tell
that-
any man not to do that.
Yeah, but
Thank you.
imagine being a woman and a dude just staring.
Oh,
like, you know what I mean? You'd
what?
be like, what the fuck is about to happen? You know what I mean? So I'm not even a woman, and that would make me uncomfortable. So yeah, why staring?
Women
is a weird
women
thing.
must get stared at all the time. I
They
think,
do.
Yeah.
right?
Oh,
Yeah.
I've seen it. I've actually seen men stare at women. I'm like, I'm low key uncomfortable because like,
It's like,
you're
all right,
fucking
bro,
weird.
chill.
Yeah, she's hot.
I saw this old
I
guy.
know, but like just like this.
Yeah,
like
like
this.
like.
I saw
glad-
like
you
a
doing? Wait for him
grandpa,
to
like a
pass.
60-year-old dude the other day, walking down the street. The girl had to be like in high school. And he turns around and not only looks at her as she walks away, but then whistles.
Oh, nice.
He goes,
That is ethnic.
I think
like
that,
a,
I think that
woo! Like one of those,
I-
but kind of to the world, not to her. But
Like,
just
what a day.
to everybody else. Like, who else saw that? That was some piece
that's
of
like
ass.
75, 80-year-old behavior for
Yeah.
me. Like, you know,
One of
60
those.
seems a little young for that, you know. But by the time I'm like, if I'm Lord willing, I make it to 80, 85. Yeah, I'm looking at ass unapologetically. Like,
Dude, I saw my neighborhood is like gentrification, a block over, a block back, you know, and so I saw this 75-year-old like greeter guy at a work site, and then like a hardcore like kind of butch young lesbian passing, and it was like these two worlds like really shouldn't overlap at all. She's like a latte person, hella, and then like he's like standing there and he does. It's like oh, and then he does. He's like, all right then. And she's like, all right, then what? And you can just see him, and I'm like, be quiet, old man.
be quiet.
Be quiet. Don't do this.
That's
But
the
then
beauty
also,
of
she
New
couldn't really admonish him.
Right.
Yeah.
She wants you
Young
to-
white lesbian couldn't really talk down to an old black man.
All
They're
right.
not-
All right now.
Yeah. All right, then. She goes, all right, what? He goes, yep, I don't know.
I was in a whatever. I was getting a sandwich, and these guys. It was like height of the Me Too thing, you know. And it was like a hipster sandwich shop. But these two Latino construction workers came in.
Yeah.
And also, there's that hierarchy. No one could say anything to them.
Yeah.
Right. They were like clothed, dirty. They'd been straight off the site. They pick up the New York Post, and it has that Sylvester Stallone has been Me Too'd by somebody, or like whatever.
Yeah.
And they go, whoa, now you're coming for Rocky? And they just said to the whole bodega, they go, enough of this shit. And they're like, whatever, Cosby fine, Weinstein fine, not Rocky. He's an American hero.
That's where we draw the line of fictional character. That's.
Let's see. Wait, one more question?
What was that question? Oh, can you look at someone weird? I think it's because back in the day, black people were so new to white people that they were like, I don't know what
Well,
you're
back in
allowed
the
to do.
day,
This is
you
like-
couldn't.
I do
Back
remember
in the day,
spec-
you couldn't look white people in the eye. Black people had to look down. And
What
and
day, though?
and
Back in that day.
Back
Yeah,
in and,
but
Yeah.
when
and
I
if
was
a white person was on the sidewalk, we had to get off the sidewalk. You couldn't walk on the sidewalk.
Yeah, way back.
That was way back.
It was like
Well, you're
40
from South
it was like
Carolina.
50 years ago.
Yeah, yeah.
You're like when I was in high school.
But I mean, like
Yeah.
before our childhood. Before our childhood.
Right. Before our childhood.
There was that. I do remember in the '90s, though. I mean, like whatever. I grew up in like a white neighborhood, but
It really was only like 50 years ago, though.
Yeah.
60 tops. Yeah, where you're like, sorry.
was there a Chappelle Show episode where the guy gets stabbed because he looked at him the wrong way?
I mean,
The Black Real World, or whatever was it called? What was that one called?
Mad
Real World?
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
like, you were looking at me. He's like, you stabbed my
When
dad.
Christian-
He's like, yeah,
Christian
you were
Finnegan, when Christian-
Yeah, he's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
you were looking at me. You shouldn't have looked at me.
You're looking at me.
Last question. This is from Marcus in Dallas, Texas. He says, why do white people have to carry a water bottle everywhere they go?
Oh, busted.
Oh, look at
Did
you.
he need a hard one or just one he got from someplace?
A Stanley.
I think he means those. The
Yeah, yeah,
Stanleys.
yeah,
He says, can't
yeah.
they just drink water before they leave the house? What is the answer to that?
White people do have a fear of not having enough water around at all times.
Because white people don't wear lotion, so that's the way they stay moisturized is through
That
their
might be
gills.
true.
They stay moist.
Yeah.
I think there's two things. I think one is that it's like a way to show it's like an environmentalist thing.
It's for show.
And so it's showing off that
Yeah.
you're protecting the environment. You're not buying water.
On
Like
one
that's
level, yeah.
not a white person
That's
thing.
not.
No.
Yeah.
We're above that.
Yeah, he's destroying
I'm
that
actually
plastic.
gonna not drink this last part and then buy a new bottle.
There you
Well,
go. And
Throw it
then
away.
the other one is I think people are out on water fountains. I don't mind water fountains.
People
but-
are out on water fountains. They say
Yeah.
it's disgusting.
Yeah.
I love a good water
Yeah.
fountain.
They
I do
say
too.
it's disgusting.
And the science behind it's perfect. It used to be straight up, and then everyone got like hepatitis, so then they curved it, and then that saved like millions of lives.
Really?
Yeah.
Are you serious? That's
Yeah.
why
It just looks a little gross. They've been outside all day.
Yeah,
I think
and
it's-
and you know, homeless people wash their gooch on it and shit. And
Yeah.
they're like right there, like. Yeah.
You ever let one in an airport or like if you're over in school, like let it go for a while and they're like run clean, and then you're like, now we'll try.
Yeah, there's a little bit of
Yeah.
Have you ever been super thirsty and it didn't have a lot of pressure?
Oh,
you
that
go up,
sucks.
So you get close to
You
it.
have to suck it out.
And you're
But
just
if
praying
you
not to
touch-
get.
Oh, if you touch.
If you touch.
At the airport.
You touch.
Just like, oh, no. God damn, don't touch. Don't touch.
So the type of person who's buying a Stanley Cup is not using a water fountain. Those are two totally different.
They fill up at water fountains too, though.
Socioeconomic.
I have a Stanley and I will fill it up at a water. But you know the water fountains now have the water baller fillers where it comes
Goes
down
straight down.
from
I like
the
that.
top, yeah.
They got that in parks now.
Yeah, gyms and shit.
Oh yeah,
Straight
those are
down.
the airports, and then those.
That was the key problem.
Right.
Why are you pushing it up? Push it down.
yeah.
They finally figured it out. There's
Yeah, you're
advancements
right.
happening all the time. but
Not
we're
only
noticing
that,
them.
but just basics of gravity.
Yeah.
These
Isn't
young
it
kids have no
less-
idea how
it's
awful it is.
Easier just to have something go.
Yeah,
down
have it
than
go
up.
down. Let it already be here. Why are you stopping right there? It's already from the ground. You're stopping right there. Stop there.
It took
and then
them
let
hundreds of
gravity
years,
do it.
thousands of years to figure this out.
It always goes down. And then if somebody at the water fountain next to you goes, you're like, oh, fucking come on.
Yeah, it's coming back up.
Come on, stop.
Yeah. Oh yeah, on the short one, like the
they
kids
all
on
go.
the adult one.
Why is it on the same fucking?
It was that
River.
and the idea that a luggage should have wheels. That also took like 1,000 years.
God damn.
And
Those,
then once they
it's a
added
game
it,
changer. Once they and the kind that can roll this way.
Roll this way and that
Yeah,
way.
that was like.
do you remember the
don't- oh.
pre-any roller?
Yeah.
You just had to carry luggage through
Yeah, a
airports.
case.
Yeah. My mom would be, I get the bags. I mean, I would just be shaking, walking through the airport. Yeah.
Yeah, the duffel bags. You have to get as much as you
We're
could
only
in a
gone for
place.
3 days.
You're like do a touring nom. You got this whole fucking.
That's the worst part about going to Nam.
It's-
Carrying the luggage. All right. That's the show, everybody. Thursday night, we'll see you at New York Comedy Club. Get your tickets now. Come
You
on
gotta
out.
go. We'll. I have one question.
Yeah.
Fuck. Who was the impression at the beginning of the episode? Sean Connery. Will Sean Connery be there?
Sean Connery will be opening the show.
I'll surely be there.
Hey! That's it. Patreon subscribers, stick around. We got one more question for you guys. Everybody else, peace.
Stay black.
Stay black.
Stay black.
You've got a question, but you're scared to ask. Just drop the boys a message, cause they're up to the task. They're